Assalamu alaikum dear students. You all know that for the past few days we have been posting videos in our channel for basics of differential calculus. From today onwards we will be posting the videos for 11th standard CBSE students as well. So the first chapter in the 11th standard CBSE textbook, mathematics textbook is sets. So this video will be for introduction of sets. So let me get into the topic now. So the first chapter in the CBSE textbook is sets. Right? First of all, we'll see the definition of a set. What is a set? Set is nothing but the collection of all well-defined objects. Well-defined objects. Now this word well-defined has to be highlighted. I'll tell you why. First of all, I'll just give you two examples, an example and a non-example for set, because all collection will not be a set. Certain collection will be a set and certain collection will not be a set. Okay, that's why we are using this word well defined. Okay, so for example, if I take this collection of all states in India, collection of all states in India, right? Now this collection will be a set. Let me give you one more example. This will be a non-example. Collection of all tall students in your class. Right? Now this is a set and this is not a set. Right? So why this is a set and why this is not a set? Because if I take this collection is what they have given, collection of all states in India. If I, for example, if I'm taking one particular some element, I'm taking Andhra Pradesh. Now we can clearly tell that whether Andhra Pradesh will belong to this collection or not. It belongs to or it does not belong to. It belongs to Andhra Pradesh, belongs to this collection because it is a state in India. Now I am telling you whether New York belongs to this collection or does not belongs to. You can clearly tell that New York does not belongs to, because New York is not a state in India, right? So if I take any element, you can clearly tell that whether it is it belongs to this collection or it does not belongs to this collection. One in which place you can tell clearly that whether it belongs to this collection or does not belongs to the collection. Those collection we call it as a set. But there are some collections where we cannot tell clearly whether that belongs to or does not belongs to. It will be confusing for us to define it. Okay. So for example, if I take collection of all tall students in your class. For example, if you take some one student in from your class, whether he will belong to this collection according to the definition given, collection of all tall students, we don't know. It will be a confusing statement, right? Because one student will be taller than the other, but he may be shorter to someone else. Yes or no? So this word tall is not a clear-cut statement. Yes, it will be confusing for you to define, because once, as I told you, one student will be taller. For example, if I take person a student A, B, C. A may be taller than B, but A may be compared to C, he may be shorter. Yes or no? So it is a comparative statement, right? So we cannot able to define whether, if I take any particular element, I cannot tell clearly that whether that particular element belongs to this collection or does not belongs to this collection, right? So the collection of the definition given must be clearly defined. Okay, here it is clearly defined. If I take any element, I can tell definitely whether it belongs to or does not belongs to the set. But here I cannot tell. I will be in confusion whether this belongs, if I take any element, whether it belongs to this collection or does not belongs to this collection. So this collection of all well-defined objects, we call it as a set. Why I told you this word is very important? Because if it is not well defined, means here it is not well defined. Tall is not a well defined statement, but collection of all states in India, here it is well defined. We can able to tell whether any element belongs to this collection or not. Hope you got it, right? So let me give you some more examples. So that you will understand more clearly. give you one more example and a non-example. Collection of all students in your class who are or whose height is greater than 4 feet. Now this collection, it is a set. Okay, so let me give you one more example. Collection of all beautiful flowers in your garden. Right. Now this collection, it is not a set. Now I hope you will understand why this is a set and why this is not a set. Because collection of all students in your class whose height is greater than 4 feet. Okay. Now here, for example, I am taking a student. If his height is more than 4 feet, if his height is 4.2 or 4.1, he will belong to this collection. If his height is 3.9, 3.8, he will not belong to that collection. Yes or no? So here we can clearly tell, if I take any element, if I take any student, I can clearly tell whether that student will belong to this collection or that does not belong to this collection. Yes. So it is this statement is well-defined statement, and this collection is a well-defined collection. So this is a set. Now coming to this collection of all beautiful flowers in our garden. Now this word beautiful, again it is a relative statement. Some of you may tell that rose is a beautiful flower. Yes, and some of you, one or two persons, they tell that rose is not a beautiful flower. Right. So this beautiful is not a clear-cut statement. Right. So this collection is not a set. As I told you, some feel that rose is a beautiful flower and some feel that rose is not that much good. Yes. So this is not a clear-cut statement. So this is not well defined. So this collection is not a set. I hope you are clear with the definition of a set. If you have any doubts at the end of the after seeing the full video, you can comment in the comment section below. Right. Now getting into the next topic. Now you know what is the set. Whenever you study about anything, the next thing is how will you represent it, right? So the second concept in this introduction class is how will you represent a set. A set can be represented in 3 ways, but in CBSE textbook they have just given 2 ways, but there are 3 ways to represent a set. The first one is roster form, the second one is set builder form, and the third one is descriptive form. The descriptive form is not mentioned in the CBSE textbook, so I'll go with the CBSE textbook. So we'll see these 2 for representations alone. So what is the first representation of a set? A set can be represented in roster form. Roster means nothing but listing. Roster, the word meaning of the word roster is listing it out, and we'll just list it, right? 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, right? So I can write, if I write like this, A, B, C, D. Now this is one more thing. Whenever we represent a set in roster form, we must use this braces, curly brackets, to denote or represent a set of all some elements, right? So here, what are the elements of my set? A, B, C, D. I'm just putting in curly brackets because it is a condition for representing a set in roster form. We should use always this curly braces. Now whenever you define anything, we should name it, right? Now this is a set. I will define some other set. What is the difference between these 2 sets? We should keep some name, right? So when we name it, we must always use capital letters to denote the name of a set. So we will denote the name of the set with the help of capital letters. We can use A or capital B or C or X, Y, whatever, but it must be in capital letters, right? So I can give you some examples for like A, B, C, D, or 1, 3, 5, 9. So this is what I'm just listing out the elements, right? So this is a set. Yes, I have represented in what form? I have represented in set roster form. Okay, I have listed it out, right? So I have represented the set in roster form here and here. So roster form is nothing but representing set as a list, right? Now the second form is set builder form. Set builder form. If you see the name itself, it will be clear for you. That is set builder means with the after writing the set in set builder form, with the help of that we can build the set and we can write in roster form. So that is called a set builder form. Let me give an example for it. For example, let's see equal to set of all x such that x belongs to natural number and x is less than or equal to 5. Now set of all x such that x belongs to n where x is less than or equal to 5, right? Now this is represented in what form? Set builder form. Now how will I write that set in roster form? Natural numbers less than or equal to 5. So natural number starts from 1 and the condition they have given is nothing but less than or equal to 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. So the same set I have represented in set builder form as well as in roster form. So roster form means listing of elements. Set builder form will just impose some condition for the elements of the set and we will write it. Here what is the condition? We have two conditions here. The first condition is the elements is a natural number, all the elements are natural numbers, and the second condition that we have given here is it must be less than or equal to 5. So set builder form is nothing but writing the set by giving some condition for the elements of the set, right? So these are the two representation of set. So a set can be represented in two forms. One is roster form and the other one is set builder form. We have some more introduction concept that has to be explained. In the upcoming videos, we'll see the in the upcoming videos we'll see the other introduction concepts of sets. If you want to see our other videos of differential calculus or 12th standard videos, you can just click that I button. Thank you.